What's up, guys? Randy here with Academia Christi once again. Happy All Saints Day. This is November 1st, actually the Feast of All Saints Day. Uh, we are here on a very cold update, as you can see behind me here. It has finally happened. It's finally happened. Looks like it's the end of the garden for this year. We'll see if the tomatoes and peppers, how they manage to survive back there. We actually reached, the only frosts we had so far were like 32-degree weather. So the row cover held up really nicely. But you could tell that was enough to kill off. It definitely killed off the basil that was back in the ground in home garden there. Started killing off the cayenne peppers that were back there. So definitely could tell a difference between those. The potted tomatoes up here were definitely dying back. It is freezing out here. It's actually it's actually 29 right now. It's actually the coldest it's been. Didn't get this cold last night, but now it should start creeping back up into the 30s. Those tomatoes are done for sure now. This chard is not looking great. I thought it could last. I thought it was supposed to be able to last this kind of cold. Same with the parsley, maybe. I'm not actually sure about the parsley. This stuff looks like it's wrecked. This white clover actually started coming up. I don't know if it has any chance now. We'll see. That'll be a good test for that. But since I love you guys, I will go out and show you what the ground looks like in a little later, once it warms up past 32. Then I'll open that up and see what we got going on. Maybe we'll take a gander of it before there, see how it's looking, see what stayed on and what didn't, if some didn't, and what those peppers look like. And I guess we'll check out that backside too over there, the home garden. See how the dead mustard I never cut back is doing, since I ran out of time for that. Luckily, we got everything in on the porch though, or in the garage yesterday. Looks like all the fruit held up well in here. Don't know how cold it got in here. Looks like right now it's still above 30 degrees. And this again is the coldest it's been, so might have lucked out there. And as has been the case so far, I'm kind of using the basil as a gauge for everything else, because it seems like it's the first to die between that, peppers and tomatoes. This basil still looking the same as it was. So that's a good sign. A good sign that it actually held up pretty nicely in here on the porch, on the bricks. But again, this stuff will mostly be overwintered soon and then put into the garage, so won't have to worry about it hanging out on the porch all winter. We might keep just a couple things out here all winter. Again, maybe for some tests. Have over here the other basil, which is still, again, also holding up nicely in there. So we will be able to uncover them and give them a little bit of a break in a few days, I think. Have some not so terrible days, maybe more toward the 50s. So yeah, that is how everything's holding up for now. All right. It is about 4:30 now, and we've reached the high point of the day at 37 degrees. So you can see, obviously, the snow melting all over the place. But interestingly enough, very quickly melted in the melon patch here. So that was interesting for sure. I still see snow on the sides of this, so that's not great. I knew we lost coverage on a few of these peppers. In fact, it looks like they're the only ones we lost coverage on, so that's kind of cool. No pun intended, because I'm sure the peppers don't appreciate that pun. Yeah, I don't know. They're going to be in there for a bit until the snow melts. Tomorrow is going to be even worse, so we'll see how they fare after that. I'm going to get a quick peek here at some of them. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to venture too far in here because we don't need to. In fact, one interesting thing, I should say, not really great. It's not great that this blew off, and I can't seem to find the corner there, wherever it went, to try to give it some help, because it doesn't actually look completely dead. What I was going to say, the unfortunate thing is that that's one of our ahi lemons, so it has taken a little bit of damage there, obviously, if not a lot of damage, and it's dead, dying on its way out. I'm gonna try to, I should have done this, I didn't even realize all these rocks were sitting right here. Just kind of try to secure that. Do the same here, one rock here. Yeah, and then this would be one of the Anaheim chilies. I was somehow grabbing that by a leaf and not the cover itself, and not really going to be able to get coverage on here, unfortunately. Got a bit heavy there with the snow on it. I don't want to rip anything or pull any peppers too hard or anything like that, so just going to do that. Use that rock. Where did that, there it is, throw it there, and I guess, I mean, that's gonna kind of keep it hopefully down. But anyway, yeah, so the ones I got, that's what I don't want. I mean, I'd rather it almost rather it not be covering this, so it covers the other ones better, so it's not open like that on the side. But might be all right like that, I guess. We'll just have to find out. But those, I mean, the Anaheim chili wasn't looking great here. The ahi limon wasn't looking as bad. Still not looking good. But here, that ahi limon, this pecan, I can see the green on. Not only see the still good looking fruits on it, but I can see the leaves themselves on at least some of them. I guess not all. Just those, and a couple over here. Those are actually the New Mex Big Jims. So that's interesting. And we have some Santa Fe Grandes maybe right here, Cubanelles perhaps as well. Still looking okay. Everything again covered still back here, so maybe the ties are looking all right. The habaneros were already looking horrible. It's possible the black Hungarians are looking decent. They've just been super sideways. Again, I harvested most of what was growing. Was it at a decent size before this started, before this happened? Just in case, because again, this I think we only actually got down to 29. We didn't really even hit the 27 we were slated for, so that helped. And also, you can tell that the sun clearly hasn't had enough time on these things to get the snow off. Like back here where it must have had the most sun, it's all nice and dried up already. Melted, I should say, over here as well. Anyway, tonight I should say, tonight we will be getting down to 24, it says. So that will be the true test for our ground cover. If our peppers can somehow last through 24-degree weather just with this shoddy ground cover, I will be very impressed. I will be very impressed. One good thing, I guess, about being on like a semi-mountain, it's like the foothills, I guess, is that we do warm up quick. We cool down quick, but we will warm up quick as well. So our temperatures just tend to fluctuate faster. If they're going to fluctuate, I should say. I mean, sometimes it just stays cold, you know. But yeah, so right now, I mean, they're not completely lost. So that's cool. Wasn't able to get my leaves yet, but they'll be here. They'll still be here whenever the snow dries. It melts, whenever the snow melts. And we will actually have some more warm days, so that's cool. I think, again, no pun intended, Marigolds are done. Should be able to grab a bunch of those heads still for some seeds. The celery's looking nice, whatever you can see of it at least. The mustard's still looking good and dry. I mean good and dead for me to pick. It's not really dry with snow all over it. The lavender is a champ, so it must be able to handle the cold. I am very, very impressed, surprised, impressed by these cayenne, which are feeling a little soft. The stems are looking a little soft, but they are still on here. The plants look horrible. I wasn't expecting to see anything green here in this row of peppers, so I mean, it's better than I expected. It's possible. I mean, they're not going to survive tonight. We'll see them again tomorrow. I don't think they're going to be green anymore. But I guess I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past.